Would it be better for a 9-year-old who identifies as the opposite sex to persist in their trans identity into adulthood or to desist?
It would have to depend on like how it is we are analyzing them, right? So like if this is a child who has gender dysphoria, then yeah, they should continue the transition.
Okay, how can you tell the difference? How can you tell the difference between a child who has gender dysphoria and will persist no matter what throughout the rest of her life and someone who might desist?
Yeah, this is a question for professionals. I believe I know a bit on how they're able to do it, and that's going to be through, long-term, whatever indicators of showing that, like, yeah, this kid probably needs gender affirming care. I don't know what those indicators are, but like, assuming we have the methodology to detect it.
Suppose the experts, so let's just suppose for a second. I don't know if this is true. I'm pretty confident it is, but suppose the experts said they can't tell. Then would these treatments then not be justified?
If they're saying they can't tell, no, they shouldn't do it if they can't tell.
Okay, so if this is important then, if they cannot tell which children will desist and which will persist, they shouldn't be doing these treatments.
Yes.
Okay, now what if the treatments themselves are not neutral? What if the treatments themselves are actually causing the children to further go down this pipeline of drugs, puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and continue to persist in the identity?
If they were to do that, I would ask for a study or something that proves that.
Okay, what if the study is that basically every single child who's socially transitioned at like age 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 will continue to persist? That would seem to suggest that either, like you said earlier, either A, these gender doctors are just getting it right every single time, or B, the interventions are not neutral, and the interventions are actually what are trapping these kids in what, in my view, should be a psychopathology.
Yeah, I think what you said would have to be true. Either A, they're getting it right, or B, the medical treatment is, I guess you could see like perpetuating it. But if that were the case, I would need to see something that proves it. But I would argue it seems to be the case that we're just getting it right.
We're just getting it right like 100% of the time?
Yeah, like it's like 99% of the time. And if we weren't just getting it right 99% of the time, or the alternative was true, I think there would be a study or something that you could point to other than pure speculation.
No, but it's not pure speculation. If basically every single person who's socially transitioned goes on to puberty blockers, and then basically every single one of them goes on to cross-sex hormones, I think it's far crazier to assume that we're just getting it right every time than to assume that these interventions themselves are not neutral.
I would need like an actual like.
Okay. That's fine.